Hello everybody, Glenn Tompkins here on our YouTube channel, and today I've got a video for you. See folks, we do the research, you reap the rewards. In case you hadn't heard, the infrastructure bill now passed. It is now law. And what does that mean for you? It gives you an amazing opportunity to grow your portfolio with infrastructure stocks. So I'm going to show you a real easy way using the VectorVest system to find the right infrastructure stocks for you. If you're interested in this, by all means, sit right there. Always love bringing these videos to your attention. If you're brand new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when videos like this come out. And most of all, hit that like button. Get that out there, let people know what's going on, share the video so that they can get the same insight that you're getting on the market. So today, I've got no news stories. This is all about, we already know that the infrastructure bill passed, and now it's out there. There's a lot of money out there for infrastructure. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that it's not just for roads, bridges, and tunnels. It's for a lot more. It's about a clean energy bill out there to expand our horizons and lessen our carbon footprint. So yes, it is for bridges, roads, and tunnels, but it's also for things like the internet, things like electric vehicles. Everything is out there also to lessen our carbon footprint, and that's a good thing, I think. But you have an excellent opportunity to make money in this space, and I'm going to put some VectorVest into the mix here to show you how easily, by using the VectorVest system, you can make the right decision for yourself. So as you saw, the slide showed that pave your way to profits. And what I like about that is there's one ticker symbol, PAVE, which is ideally suited for this situation where it covers the whole spectrum of the infrastructure bill. You can play that ETF and cover yourself all the way across the board. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get into the VectorVest software. Again, no news today. It's all about knowing that it passed and what you can do to blow up, make your portfolio really grow a lot. So from the VectorVest system, we're going to go to the Viewers tab at the top. From here, we have watch lists out there for our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest software, for 99 cents, you can take advantage of everything that I'm going to show you here for 30 days. 30 days. Go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. We are giving this 99 cents only to our YouTube subscribers or people on our page, and you get an opportunity to do exactly what I'm going to show you right now. So in the watch list section, we have a section called Special Watch List. We're going to click on it, and down here, we've already put together for you infrastructure stocks. I'm going to click on that. There's 40 stocks in this space that you can look at and analyze. And this list automatically, by the 40 stocks that are here, are sorted by our master indicator, VST. So these stocks have the best combination of value, safety, and timing at the top of the list and sorted all the way down to the one that has the least best combination of VST. So starting at the top, Nucor is up there. Let me set this up. Auto Fit, there we go. Nucor, Williams, Acuity. And the cool thing about these stocks, as I mentioned, it's not just about roads, bridges, and tunnels. It's about the whole spectrum of infrastructure for the country. So there's a lot of different stocks that you can get into. If I scroll all the way over to the right, here's this: building products, steel, auto and truck, transportation, rail, diversified companies, mining, machinery, electronic miscellaneous products, media, ETFs, petroleum. So folks, there's a lot, REITs, there's a lot that's encumbered in this spectrum of infrastructure. And I think that just knowing that information may change your perspective on whether or not these are stocks that you want to get into. All right, I'm going to move this back over. Now, first off, again, it's sorted by our master indicator VST. So let's do it this way. Let's say that you want to see the stocks or the ETFs that have the best upside potential over the next 1 to 3 years, because that's important, especially if you're looking at a stock to get into for the long term. Relative value is our indicator that looks at a stock's long-term upside potential. It looks at its ability to outperform the market over the next 1 to 3 years. And it's cast on our VectorVest scaling between 0 and 2, where above 1 is favorable and below 1 is unfavorable. Let's take a look at Nucor. It's got a relative value at 1.82. This tells me that Nucor should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 82% over the next 1 to 3 years. Well, what happens when you buy a bond? You buy a bond, you get a little interest rate back, but all your money back. It's not a blockbuster trade, but it's a relatively safe trade. I'm telling you that Nucor has the ability to outperform that AAA corporate bond by 82% over the next 1 to 3 years. Well, let's do this. Let's sort this whole list of 40 stocks by relative value. So we'll do that, and the stocks that have the best relative value now will pop up to the top of the list. Now look at these. Some of these stocks are sell recommendations. How about if this takes off, you can ride a sell recommendation from a sell to a hold to a buy. That is the epitome of buying low and selling high. And with the infrastructure bill, understand the movement of an industry, the movement of the market affects about 80% of the stocks in that industry or market. Always remember, the trend is your friend. And if the infrastructure trend starts to move up, these stocks that are sell recommendations will have a great opportunity to ride from a sell to a hold to a buy. Now, maybe you don't want to buy them because they're a sell. That's fine. At least now you can put it on your radar and wait for the right buying opportunity for it. So the top 3 here are Nucor, Cleveland-Cliff, and Vail. Let's do this. Let's highlight the top 3 by relative value. Right-click, view the stock graph. Let's take a look. So I'm looking at these. Wow, Vail is getting pummeled. But if this takes off, Vail has a great opportunity to start rising. I'm not ready to buy it yet, but at least by relative value, it's got good upside potential. It's just not ready yet. Let's go look at Nucor. Well, it's rising. I'm looking at a 20-day exponential moving average. Currently, it is above. Look at the earnings. Look at the earnings growth. That's a beautiful thing. Let's go to the next one, Cleveland-Cliff. Now, these are the top 3 by RV, but not always is it the right time to buy. And for me, if this starts taking off and the industry starts to rise, the stocks within the industry will start doing so as well. I'd like to see 2 of these stocks get above the 20-day exponential moving average, but I do know that Nucor is above it and it's approaching a level of resistance at 115.30. All right, so that's one way. Let's look at another way. How about using another indicator like relative safety? Relative safety looks at a stock's ability to meet or exceed its earnings expectations. It looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. We all know that earnings is the engine that drives a stock's price higher. So let's sort this list now by relative safety. Let's keep a look at the names at the top. Nucor is still in the top 3, but now I've introduced you to 2 more stocks, MLM and VMC. Now, looking at safe stocks, look at this. I return more buy-rated stocks. These are stocks that are expected consistently and predictably to meet or exceed their earnings. That's a good thing because, again, earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Let's take a look at the top 3 here. Right-click, view the stock graph. Look at that, MLM, which is in the building cement industry. Look at that, nicely above the 20-day exponential moving average. Right now, currently in a sideways move, consolidating, but above the 20-day. Look at the earnings. Earnings growth rate is falling a little bit. Look at sales and look at sales growth. Both of those are growing. So if earnings is the engine, sales is the fuel. So if I can look at rising earnings, rising sales, this tells me that the stock's got good upside potential. Look at that relative value at 1.31. Should outperform that AAA corporate bond by 31%. Look at the next one, VMC. This is building cement as well. Pulling back a little bit, but still long-term above the 20-day exponential moving average. Earnings is going up. Earnings growth is falling, but look at sales as well. Earnings is the engine. Sales is the fuel. I still like that it's above the 20-day. I would like to see it take out that 3-month high before I jump on board. The next one, Nucor, we already looked at. All right. Let's go sort this again. So now for those of you who are a little bit more aggressive and you want to find the stocks that are moving up the fastest right now, let's go to our next indicator. RT, relative timing. This looks at the short-term price trend of the stock. Above 1, the stock's in an uptrend. Below 1, the stock's in a downtrend. The higher above 1 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is, and the more below 1 it is, the faster in a downtrend it is. Let's go sort by RT. Let's see what's here. Different stocks. I've got Acuity Brands, Fastenal. That's a real good company as well. Overall, if you look at the graph, and Union Pacific. Hey, that's railroads. How about that? There's, again, a lot incorporated in the infrastructure bill, and that's why we've got so many different stocks in here for you to take a look at. So if you're looking for the fast stocks, let's sort again by RT. Let's highlight the top 3. Oops, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Right click. Notice that these are all buy recommendations as well. We'll highlight them. There's AYI, and that's building products miscellaneous. Look at that rising earnings growth, still above the 20-day. And again, with the news of the infrastructure bill, if this takes off, these stocks should bounce nicely off the 20-day exponential moving average and start to run up. It has been down, though, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row, but still above the 20-day exponential moving average, which still tells me that the stock does have upside ability. Relative value above 1, relative safety above 1, earnings growth, man, everything good about it. All we're waiting now is for the stock to give us a buy opportunity. Wow. Fastenal, look at that stock graph go. Just been rocking and rolling on good volume, rising earnings growth, sales growth. Man, this has got to be something that you've got to have in your portfolio with this bill. This is a stock that's already moving. I'd look to buy a little bit higher than the high. The next one, Union Pacific. A lot of consolidation right now, but still clearly above the 20-day exponential moving average. Rising earnings growth rate. Relative value above 1, relative safety above 1. Earnings good, earnings growth good. Whew. Folks, this is an easy way to sift through 40 stocks to find the right stocks for you. Maybe some of you want to say, well, I know that earnings are good, right? And earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Let's sort this list by earnings growth. The companies that grow their earnings the most over the last year or so. Cleveland-Cliff. Now we've got new stocks to take a look at. Nucor keeps popping up. If you see a stock popping up over and over and over, folks, that should definitely catch your attention. Let's take a look at the top. I'm going to go bypass Nucor because we've already looked at it. Let's go take a look at these graphs. These are either buys or holds. None of them are sells that we're looking at. View the stock graph. Another new stock. Now, Cleveland-Cliff. Again, right now, this is, let's go take that off for a second. This is in the mining other. Below the 20-day exponential moving average, relative value, 77% it should outperform the AAA corporate bond. The cool thing about looking at relative value is it does help you to denote, is this a stock that I want to hold long term? That relative value gives you the answer just like that. Long term, yes, I want to hold it. Is it the right time to buy? No. Let's wait at least until it gets above that 20-day exponential moving average. But look at the earnings per share. Look at the earnings growth. Let's go to the next stock. This happens to be copper. Copper has been hot lately. Look at that move. It's pulled back. Look at the body today. Still above the 20-day exponential moving average. Got a little hammer formation, which could be sentiment change in it. FCX is still above the 20-day exponential moving average. I'd like to see it get out of this channel and also take out that 3-month high. But look at the earnings. Look at the earnings growth. Upside potential is there. The safety. This is what we call more of an aggressive trade. Why? The upside potential is there, but you're going to give up a little safety. It's below the value of 1. It's a little bit more riskier of a stock, but it's got great upside potential with great earnings and great earnings growth. BIPC, which is the financial management. Look at that big move today, now above the 20-day exponential moving average. Could it be setting up for you to get back into it? Earnings growth is good. Earnings is good. Relative value above 1. This is also not altogether safe stock, but it's got great upside potential as the stock's price is starting to move higher. All right, let's look at one more thing. So now we've looked at relative value, relative safety, relative timing. We've looked at VST, and we looked at earnings. I'm going to show you another way that you can use the VectorVest software as well. How about looking at a comfort index? A stock's comfort index is the stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. These are stocks that are resilient. They may go down, but they're very quick to go back up. CI above 1, that means that these stocks technically have more up days than down days. URI, a different stock. AYI we've looked at, Nucor we've looked at, Cleveland we've looked at. Let's go look at Williams. Let's go look at URI. These stocks we have looked at. Here's another one, Grid. I'm going to highlight that. That is another ETF, unlike PAVE, all right, that you can look at. Notice that the relative value and relative safeties are both at 1. That's another way to take advantage of the whole space. Let's view the stock graph. Let's bring those up. Look at that, bottom left, top right. Right now, fell back down. Where did it stop? Right at the 20-day exponential moving average. Earnings growth, sales growth, all rising. Again, if this starts to rise, this is going to be a good stock to bounce up off of that 20-day exponential moving average. And let's see if we can take out that 3-month high. Well, it only highlighted that. Let's go URI. Let's go to Williams. Let's go to Grid. Let's try this again. Right click, view the stock graph. It only did 1 that time. Let's go look at the other 2. Here we go. Williams, which is building products miscellaneous, also doing a little bit of consolidation, but clearly above the 20-day exponential moving average. Watch the earnings growth on this. Earnings per share is up, but I'd like to see it take out that level of the high. Let's go to the next one. Wow, Grid. This is that ETF that looks at the sector energy. All right, new high today. Volume has been pretty steady. I like it. It's trading at 105. Let's go a little higher before we go and buy into it. Now, the slide showed, or the thumb showed, PAVE. Let's go down the list. So I just showed you one ETF, which is Grid, and this is one I really like, PAVE. Let's right click on it, view the stock graph. This is another ETF to take advantage of the whole space. Below, above the 20-day exponential moving average, no indicators on relative earnings growth, sales growth. Clearly above the 20-day exponential moving average. Nice little hammer formation forming here. Let's go see if it can bounce back up. So, folks, I've given you an easy way to utilize the VectorVest system to help you to find the infrastructure stocks to pave your way to profits. So with that, this video is over, folks. If you liked what we showed here, hit the like button. If you really like what you saw here, share this video to help other people get on board with the movement that's getting ready to happen with the infrastructure bill of all of that money that's being doled out to help the United States infrastructure. A great opportunity to find some stocks to buy to grow your portfolio. Don't forget to hit the like button. And folks, hopefully you found this video useful. This video is over. Until the next time I see you, folks, see ya.